set up some stuff here. He tried to heal the team. Doesn't have defense break. Still on cooldown time.
Oh, no stuns whatsoever. You know, that honestly, that's what I kind of expect from that. When the Water Twin Aid is we strip. Honestly, we have to go all in. He's got to go for the Water Monkey King and try to shut it down.
You absolutely go for it. Sarah, I can't tell if Sarah looks stressed or hopeful right now.
Sonya ban. I do think I was wrong about the Sonya.
Oh, maybe not. 47k raw. That's crazy.
Down the fast unit on the field. We go right towards the. We're going.
He can put some damage in on the KTN and make sure the bomb kills, but he's.
Oh man.
Oh my God, Alucard's confident that he could try to set up a kill on Van Cliff, and he was low-key right. Wait, that was match 3, right? So you're
match 3? Oh my God. I gotta go.
You gotta go.
I gotta go.
Get out of here. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2025 Guardians Club Tournament. This time for Week 2. My name is Evan, and I'm joined at the desk by Hiroshin. What's going on, Hiro?
Hey, how are you? It's good to be back. It's nice to see everybody. Looks like it's going to be an exciting tournament. Looks like we got some nice matches coming up.
It's going to be great. Last week was absolutely popping. Folks, if this happens to be your first time seeing the Guardians Club Tournament in 2025, let me make you aware what's going on today. So we have 7 matches ahead of us, and it's 2v2 format. We have one content creator plus a Guardians Club member on every single team. Higher RTA ranks are matched with lower RTA ranks to get a nice balance going. It's 3 points per win, and top 4 will be in the finals. This is all to narrow down our participants down to that 4 for the finals. Here's our schedule. May 9th for week 1, so on and so forth. May 16th is where we find ourselves today, and look forward to more of the Guardians Club tournament on the 30th of May and into June through the 13th. This is going to be real cool. So, Hero, we were talking about this before it started here, but like, what do you think of 2v2 as a format? What do you think of it in competitive Summoners War? What do you think of seeing a tournament like this?
I'm actually really excited to see us having a full tournament with a lot of names that we've seen, high play, mid play, you know, kind of across the board. It's really fun to be bringing this and bringing a little bit of attention to it, especially in a time when, you know, it's not even in season. This is actually a really exciting tournament. I'm really looking forward to, you know, you said 7 matches?
7 matches. Best of 1. Best of 1.
That's going to be some high action. I mean, everything's on the table. You don't get to repeat. You don't get to come back. So, like, everybody's kind of going to try to play this out to the end. So I'm excited to see who's going to bring what and how they're going to, like, twist this up, you know?
Me too. As you guys saw on the matchup list there right before we have the current standings, Team Simba made a crazy impression last week. Him and Zexy were playing, and they brought a snipe comp into the Guardians Club 2v2 tournament, and it was popping. It was crazy. Chat, how are you guys doing today? See, Not Killerin is in there too. Spectre SW saying, where are the push-ups, Hero?
Yo, whoa. Okay, let me warm up before we get into push-ups, guys. Let me get back in the swing of things. But I do want to say hi to Elliot. Thank you for being the biggest fan. I appreciate it. It's nice to see you guys. I see Bloom in the chat. A lot of names I've grown to love and know, so it's good to see you guys here today.
Yeah, this is awesome. We got a great crowd. And so we've got you saw the matchups there, Hero as well. So we've got Apze and Not Killerin versus J-Mack and Spectre. So we've got a weird number of participants in chat right now. You guys better be on call prepping for this tournament today, because, you know, that's the fun part about this, is that communication element, Hero.
Dude, this is going to be like, what was your favorite match from the last set? I didn't get the privilege to be there with you guys, so I just want to know, what are some of the favorite matches from the last games that we saw from chat? And then Evan, what what caught you off guard the most?
The fact that Zex brought a snipe comp into this was absolutely crazy, and we'll be seeing that later today as well. So like the fact that it worked, that I think that probably left a lasting impression in a lot of people's heads, and it also kind of put Team Stoic in a place where they kind of need to clap back. You know, they're going to get revenge, I'm expecting, towards the end here. Chat,
something to look forward to today. I like
We are already in the pick ban phase. Team Apze versus Team J-Mack. And Hero, it looks like they locked down that Oliver, who's like a really popular pick these days.
The new and improved looking Sierra. I would love to see a good Sierra in a 2v2. That bomb aspect, multiplying bombs, see if they'll get a Shizuka out there maybe. But that goes along with those matches being a little bit longer, like you were saying, right, Evan? Like, once you get that rotation going, that can be a pretty lengthy match.
Yes, a 2v2 has a tendency to go real long. I mean, there's more units in play, more decisions being made by more people, so it tends to go out a little bit.
Why, cuz? What's up, Pat? And what's up, Marina? And hello, Ultra Deathlord. Welcome back, everybody. Glad you guys could be here today for week 2. Oh, dude, this is what we're talking about, Hero. We were just saying, like, just get some twin angels. Just trying to decide what to
their
take.
Little heads right up, bro. A little gang of them.
Yeah, it's a whole gaggle. You know, it's a flock.
Whoa, light and dark Sundancers. I'm excited to see. I have one of them. I've always wanted the Yun Hong.
So we have similar levels of aggression popping out from both Spectre and Apze in the far corners of this match here. And now J-Mack is trying to bring in a pseudo snipe here. Also, Hero, I love seeing these monsters paired next to each other, Etna and Shiho, because I have this running theory, this conspiracy theory, that someone is trying to turn Shiho into the water version of Etna.
I can actually see that. And we've always been huge fans of that water monkey, like from day one. I remember that first buff and we were like, oh, we're going to town with this guy.
Oh, shoot. Carrie Bear says J-Mack is zooming big time. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen someone turn one more than Jeff. Like he's
he pretty much locked it in. That wound saw, it's so hard to come out on top with any wound saw.
It is. But look at Apze, dude, with the 33 lead up top. I'm imagining they're probably going to ban the 33, but like Apze has high base speed units between Zibala and Wunsa, and it looks like the bans are out. The 33's gone. The payoff in Maximilian is gone over there. Spectre's losing the ever wonderful Yanhong, and then Etna is gone. What do you think of these bans?
So my question here is, what type of damage is Apze going to be able to bring to the table between the Wunsa and his Light Angels? I haven't seen the Light Angels in action, so I don't know how much damage they're going to put out. But it seems like he's going to be the sustain to that side of the field at this moment.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because that's the big loss in that ban, actually. Is losing the max means that now you're kind of just dealing with control. Let's see if he can land this. Oh, he gets increased cooldown time across the board, Hero.
That was pretty good. I mean, the payoff turned up, so they have a little bit of control on their side at the moment. But that Shihao still, he's not going out without a fight. He's like, I'm taking something with me.
Oh my god, in chat, why Amodace says, why is Spectre not playing full LDs? Dude, for the last stream, Spectre fought me with all my most wanted LD5s. Like, I was literally sitting there listing what he should pick. It was great. It was so funny.
It's like your dream team up against yourself.
Exactly. They don't end up being
Sierra
a good team.
stun. Sheesh.
Sheesh, dude. Yeah, stunning off element, that hurts. This is a big blow for J-Mack in Spectre right now, actually. I'd say that the tempo is very much in the favor of Team Apze up top there. Even though they don't have a lot of damage, the control aspect is proving to be pretty annoying.
Ooh, what's the play here? You have so many options, right? Like, everything is doubled in your choices.
Exactly, and you don't get longer to make.
Yeah, you don't get a longer time span to make these decisions, so you have to be a little bit unified and synced.
For real. So chat, that's something to keep in mind when you're observing these games, right? There's a lot of skill that goes into playing this 2v2, because now all of a sudden you have to read 6 different attack bars. I'm sorry, 9, because you have to keep into account
you have to
teammates.
keep your teammate
Oh my God.
in mind as well. Ooh, there's big damage off the table.
Look at that, the first blood is taken. Now Jeff is down a unit, soon to be down a Shiho as well. This is not looking good for Team J-Mack. Again, it's best of 1, but oftentimes folks will circle back around to have a second matchup, a second opportunity at points, just not up against the same team while we're in the round robin phase of the tournament.
Dude, the Dark Twin Angels, they look like little mini Valkyries. These things are kind of cool looking.
Yeah, they are real cool looking. All of them are dope. Oh my goodness,
Dude, not killer and laughing up there, dude. They're feeling
He said,
good.
just pack it home. He said, send it home, guys. Full send. That Sierra never got
Send it home, bro.
Not even got to launch one box. Full match. Game over.
This is great. We were wondering where's the damage going to come from. It's like they're showing us right here. It's exactly what we thought. It's the Twin Angels. It's a flock of Twin Angels rolling up.
Just going in.
The gaggle. Elliot Lake says, I'm too stupid to figure out what's happening. Elliot Lake, be nice to yourself, man. You're not too stupid. It's a lot happening.
We're still a little, I'm still a little stunned in where the damage came from as well, but Twin Angels, they're so versatile in the ways that you can play them, build them. They're healers, attack, damage dealers, supports. They're so
There's a lot of faith being put in the Seimei right now.
It's a lot of revive nukes coming.
She never, look at this hero. She never got a turn, so she never got that skill back. And that's it. The first win, the first 3 points goes to Team Apze.
That young gravy sweater. I'm loving it. I'm digging it.
That's awesome, dude. Wow. Great first game, Hero. What'd you think?
Oh, just as exciting as I wanted it to be. I did not expect the match to go that way. in all honesty, I thought that Sierra was going to pop off and it was going to be devastating, even with the, chance of those immunities to go. But I was like, she's going to get one target and it's going to go from there. And it just didn't happen.
Yeah, not killer. And in chat, we're getting the post-game commentary. The post-match interview said Dark Twins carried. Yeah, they did a great job. They did a great job, dude. How do you like the Dark Twins? That's not a unit that we often get to see in play all the time, so it's cool getting it to see in a tournament setting. Oh, light one doing some good damage though, so it's Benny. Yes, the light one also doing some good ones too. This is something that I've talked about with like Stoic last time. Hero, we were discussing how a lot of units nowadays, in order to be considered viable for RTA, they have to be toolboxes, and that's exactly what every single Twin Angel is.
My favorite way to explain that is it has to have a paragraph description of what it does. If it does not have a paragraph, it's a little outdated, and you gotta put it on the shelf. It's an antique. You look at it, it looks nice. It's shiny.
If the skill description's not in the New York Times bestseller list, then I'm not.
Unfortunately.
There we go. Here are the highlights from the game we just saw. Honestly, that Zabala reset at the beginning and the increased cooldown time, the freeze, completely locked down J-Mack. This was definitely one of those games where it's like whoever can just take control in the beginning is likely to carry it home, and I think that's what we saw.
It was definitely a race of speed, and whoever contested that here, they were the champion. And it was as soon as they took that turn and those freezes, it was over.
Exactly. Galavant, first time in chat. Welcome, dude. This is a fun one to have be your first stream if this is the first one you're watching, too. Here's the updated leaderboard now reflecting Team Apze's win with 3 more points. He's up there with Team Simba and Team Whycuzimag. So great job to not kill her and at Apze on that win.
Looking good, man. These numbers. Team Whycuzimag? He's at the top?
Dude,
whoa, what?
I know. We're gonna see more of them soon too. They're actually coming up next. Whycuz and Alucard versus Bloom and MD5. That's gonna be our next one. How great is that photo for MD5, by the way? That's awesome.
Hey,
the whole fam.
He brought the whole family. I'm loving it.
He brought his draft. That's his whole pick ban phase. He's trying to fit his whole draft.
Just drafted them all the girls.
That's awesome. Yeah, Team Whycuz. I don't know if Pat's still in chat. Honestly, they should probably be in a call talking through their plans for the next one. But if you guys are still in chat, would love to hear how your experience has been so far, and if you've ruined up any surprises going into this one.
Half toolbox, half fast bio runes. Thor made a statement. Sierra isn't what she used to be. A lot of units feel that way, but that's like the evolution, right? As other things come out, other things lose potency because they're answers for those things that were so strong.
Yeah, and I don't know if they mean specifically Sierra in 2 versus 2, or if they're talking in general. But Hero, I'm sure you remember the age where there were seasons stapled back to back where Sierra was the most popular first pick in RTA. I think it's good that maybe she's like taking a step back for a second.
Yeah, you gotta have change filter, Whycuzimag, Hero, the disrespect. Wait, hey man, aren't you supposed to be playing in a match right now?
Yeah, wait a minute, aren't you literally
hey.
Look, I swear, if I see him type to you right now, Hero.
I'm like, man, he's real confident. He's getting a couple dubs under his belt. He's feeling real good.
I do love that we get the live cam, so that way we can see what everybody's feeling, their reactions, as they're going through the games here. That's great. Whoa. MD5 bringing the dark Yennefer. That's a cool monster. She's the one that has this third skill that can lock enemies down, but she can also get the cooldown time back faster.
So she like resets herself a little bit?
Yes, I believe it's whenever she's not attacked. If I'm not mistaken, I can double check that. Chat, I'm sure, has that. I think it's whenever she's not attacked on a turn, she gets it back.
Love to see how it rotates here. I've had to play versus MD5, and it's usually some very interesting and hard matches. Very, it's not stuff you see all the time, so he'll catch you off guard.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever seen that unit drafted in a tournament setting before. So they're playing around with some kind of experimental stuff right now.
Why? Because, you know, has to that infamous Yunhong. We love to see that unit. It's one of his staple points for a long time.
And one of the best units in 2v2. Like, you called it, man. Like, she offers everything. She's got the cycling, the heal, strip damage, whatever you need. Yunhong's got it. And for either side, bans go out here, and it looks like all the fast
everything
stuff.
that's at speed is like gone.
everything that says something about, you know, high base speed lead, it's all off. It's all out of here.
So we're just gonna eliminate all of those options. So we got 33 attack versus the 33 HP with double speed leads.
Also, the other thing, kudos to that Tian Lang pick, because, you know, oftentimes you can just slam down a Tian Lang and, you know, it'll cause havoc. It's
He
not
slid it in at the end.
It's not that easy here, because it's like it only works for your side, so it's got to be real convenient. Increases the cooldown time on Gianna. We're not making fun of Sekhmet today. Tell Sean B. You know, he's the certified hater of Sekhmet. He doesn't have to hate it this time.
Okay. We're boosting those light angels again. Round 2. Let's see the damage that they put out. No stuns.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Marina, thank you so much for the confirmation. It is when she's not attacked that she gets that cooldown back. That's perfect. That's what I thought.
Zeratul laying down those big damage. I love seeing a Zeratul. It's always fun to have that monster. It's such a give or take. You know, they're usually pretty squishy. They're easy to kill, but once they start punching something, it's like, how do you not get excited to see it?
Oh, singular stun on exactly the monster you wanted to.
This
Actually,
monster
you
you
don't want to
needed
get locked down
stun.
by. That's brutal. Oh man, yeah, like you were literally just saying, Hero, Zeratul's gonna eat that thing alive. Like,
This bomb is gonna make big plays.
Wait a minute.
The Sierra,
Big plays.
the Sierra we wanted to see last
Ciara, she is what she used to be, chat.
She did what she's supposed to do. She's not a professional daughter today.
Oh, that's amazing. Huge turnaround plays from Bloom. Like, that was real great setup into kill with that Ciara. That was awesome. So that needed to happen. Not
I
that
don't feel like
cares, I
it's
just
quite
put TOA
over
normal.
yet. It's gonna be hard, but
Going into TOA hard chat on the side here. Let's do it. Confirming kills over here. Right now, Pat has a lot to do
he has
on
a pretty
his own,
big.
and I don't think
You know, somehow this is gonna be my fault, Evan. I should.
Yeah, 100%. We're gonna get a message from Pat after this
I'm
saying,
cooked.
you know, this was
I'm
here.
cooked, chat. I put myself in this position.
Luju, welcome to the chat, dude. For folks typing in survey, we actually have a couple. Also, you can look out for some codes today. You know, so we'll have some of that later down the line. And right now, it's just housekeeping because Team Bloom is getting that win. Congratulations to Bloom and MD5.
Easy dips.
Dang, dude.
Man. Bloom, every time I turn around, Bloom has got a winning face on.
Right on the heels of us saying the whole Ciara conversation, right? You know, I think she's still great. Maybe she isn't first picked every single game, but it's like Ciara also had that change recently where now she can absorb attack bar with skill 3, and that got her a lot of popularity, Hero. And I think this game also shows why she's so good.
Sometimes it's just those little bit of those micro changes, right? It's like you're used to a unit being a certain way for so long. They just give it that little bit of a change and it makes it that much versatile again. You can use it in certain applications, so it's good to see her on the field again. I was excited to see it picked.
Brought her back into the zeitgeist. You know, now all of a sudden we're talking about her again, and I think that's great. Amazing plays. You know, that great threat assessment. Right where the highlight started is the moment that we were just talking about, where they turned the tables around, got rid of the Zeratul. And also, again, the Tian Lang pick. You know,
I was gonna say, it's so funny because, you know, we were talking about the Yennefer, but that Tian Lang, when she was locked down, Tian Lang came through and did what he was supposed to do. And, you know,
yes,
I don't ever think that Tian Lang is not gonna come through.
Big time, dude. And it's like, you know, it's just, you got to get a little bit lucky that you end up in the side of the pick ban phase as the guy who's picking a bunch of attack bar boosting effects. You know, that's because it's a little bit harder because Tian Lang doesn't even see the right side of the field, right? You know, he only sees his side. So that was well done.
And Team Bloom putting some points on the board. Check it out. Big win today for Team Bloom.
That's great, especially because all these folks are playing to get into the top 4, right? That's what we're trying to do. We want to narrow these 8 teams down to 4 for the finals. So you want to get as many points as you can now. Again, if you're joining us a little bit later, it's 3 points per win, doing best of 1 the whole way through. We have 7 matches to get through. That's our second one down. The next one is going to be the return of Team Apze and not Killerin versus Simba and Zex, who have been a big part of the conversation ever since last week when they brought that super efficient snipe comp hero. So I don't know if they're definitely the ones that people probably did their homework for.
So what you're saying, this is the match you're looking for. You're wondering what these guys are going to bring to the table right now.
Yes, especially because like Apze and Killerin, they play sort of similar in the sense that it's like they're vying for turn 1, they're bringing high volatility units, they want to deal big damage ASAP, and that's exactly the mission statement of Team Simba. So it's like I'm interested to see if they maybe like drafted something else to play against this team.
Because my biggest thing is that's very counterable, right? Like when you bring that type of a direct attack, like you're pretty much just saying I'm putting my runes on the table versus your runes, and like my runes are better than yours, so I don't care. So it's a very risky
numbers,
approach.
You know, we both put our numbers, we write them down, and we send them to each other. You know, that's what it is.
They're playing a numbers game at that point.
Exactly.
You know, that team only has one plan of attack: nuke. Once you get beat and you interrupt the nuke,
there's no Leo to counter it because Leo's banned. What's up, Jug? Also, Bloom, shout out to Bloom, says Team Bloom with the 3 points.
Yay.
Congrats. Well done. Great showing. Really well done. All right, guys, here we go. Game 3 is coming right up here. Team Apze versus Team Simba. Let's see what these folks have for each other. Let's see if they did their homework or if they're both going to just try to go for turn 1 and just lay those numbers down like we were talking about, Hero.
It's funny because I can see Apze. I can see Apze contesting this numbers game. So I'm wondering what his approach is going to be on this one today.
I'm wondering. Thor says, Evan, hook me up with the Gianna, then I'll first pick Ciara every round. Dude.
I think any of us would.
Yes.
I can second that.
If I could, I'd press that button for you. Unfortunately, if I had that button, I'd be pressing it for myself, dude.
I think we'd all be asking. There'd be a line at Evan's door.
There would be. If I had that button, my 2 LD5s would not be Lydia and Destiny, dude. I got just saying.
It would definitely be a Tian Ling. Like, if I had a button I'm pushing, it's for Tian Ling.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. That's too good. And they say I love my Nefties. So with that in mind, on the subject of LD5s, we've already talked about like how Yonhong has made a huge impression on here. Hero, are there any units in your time playing 2v2 that you found to be even better in 2 versus 2 RTA than regular RTA?
Oh man, you know, with Leo being off the table, you threw out Miles earlier. I was trying to think of other units that like scale off of speed. You know, Sonya's like one of these units that like losing anything in a 2v2, it's like it's really hard to scale from. So like if that Sonya does get through and nukes, you know, the unit that was supposed to take its next turn, you're at a really hard standstill, and you are then at an uphill battle that's like really hard to recover from. So I mean, I would have to say Sonya is one of those units. Like, she's scary in 1v1, but 2v2, she's like another beast.
Oh yeah, and now that opens up that conversation where it's like, so if it was in regular RTA, you know, I'd just pick a Leo or ban the Sonya and deal with the other snipe unit, but it's like, how do you deal with speed scaling snipe comps,
and then
or just speed scaling damage in 2v2?
Then there's also the aspect of, you know, you're worrying about one person having to boost that Sonya if that's the case, right? You're like, oh, I got to worry about this booster, and you can kind of prep for that. But what if you're not worrying about that person boosting themselves now? What if you're having to worry about your teammate boosting, like their teammate boosting that Sonya, and you just stacked all damage on that thing, right? Like that thing is just a loaded missile at that point.
You know where that reminds me of the previous game that we saw where Whycuz brought the Adriana and used it on the other team.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all these units are so much more flexible now because of it. All right, it looks like we are ready to go for this game. Team Apze versus Team Simba. Let's see what our questions are about to be answered. Let's see if they have anything planned for each other or if they're going to stick with what they had last time. Very curious, dude.
It's actually funny, Evan. You were asking earlier my 2v2 experience, and I don't know why it couldn't come to me, but like it took all this, it got me fired up, it got my brain cells going apparently. My favorite 2v2 matches, I remember I did a stream. It was all 2v2, the whole thing. Daniel Carioca and I just did like 15 matches together. We did not lose a single one. We played versus like Sean B. We were playing versus like everyone. And this was like, you know, it was still fairly new at the time. And dude, our dynamic, because he had such a tanky team, like that's just his meta at the time, and I was so fast, so I could boost him with Wedja or do whatever I wanted to do, and it was like we just kind of counterbalance each other because he had the tankiness and I had the speed, and we were just like running people. It was so much fun.
That's amazing. And you also just essentially like laid out my favorite elevator pitch for 2v2, which is that you can make up for the weaknesses of your teammate, or you can just kind of supplement something. You know, it's like if you're strong in speed, you know, I can pick all the stuff that I can pick all the damage.
I can help you on the other end, because like that's where I usually suffer, is when I get into the longer matches, I've found those are harder for me comparative to like those quick matches.
Yes,
and Daniel's really good at those long matches, so we could kind of like find a fine medium.
Oh, and also in chat, we also have folks saying that the Art Master is very OP in 2v2, underrated. Dude, and also like anything like I actually think that. So I think that Jogun is underrated. I
was gonna say I miss the Jogun days.
Thank you. I feel so validated.
I tried to bring Jogun back, and he's not what he was.
I don't know if we need to put him back. He was pretty powerful, man. But like, you know, I think that people, I think he's underrated. I think that people look at him and they see what a disappointment he is compared to that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think he needs to be that to be good.
He doesn't need to be that to be good, because people forget that attack buff, dude. The attack buff strip is very strong, because it's a huge setup for what's to come.
Thank you. Oh my god, I feel so validated. Okay, so and in 2v2, right, you can put anybody in the scroll. Someone's gonna be off Will.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Look at this, dude.
Oh man.
Zex is cooking right now.
From Zexy.
Yes. He's bringing the same thing before. We saw the Sonya. We got the 33. We got the 33 lead. Notably, only one speed lead represented by the side of Zex. I think they did it where, since Zex is taking that first pick, he needed to lock down that Oliver to make sure he gets the 33. But now we're in a position where I think he might need to do a second speed lead instead of the Water Series. So this is already a little bit different than last week, because he would have been picking Adriana with the Water Series and Sonya in that slot instead. So a little bit different. And it seems like Not Killerin is also holding back a little, picking something that's gonna survive, right?
Yeah, he's looking for that revive from the first kill snipe. If the Sonya does get through, right? Unless you nuke the Vanessa, then you're out of luck.
And then look at that, dude. Apze. So Apze got that Velasca last week, and he brought it in the tournament. And I don't think it didn't pop off the way that we wanted it to. It got controlled. So I'm really looking forward to how it performs this time. I'm hoping we maybe get to see it pop off a little bit. I don't know.
I'm concerned here because, like, if they take that 33 lead, you know, do they still have a chance here?
That's a good question. How fast is that Etna? Or that, actually, the Etna's probably... Who is gone? If you're banning...
did they pick a second speed lead? Is Zexy's last pick a second speed lead?
It is, yeah.
Okay. I was like, but then they just left themselves completely open.
Yes. It's so it looks like Gianna's out. They're kind of they're comparing the Sekhmet to the Etna here. I think they're kind of yielding turn 1 to Team Simba right now because he's got that Etna in place. So I think Simba's team is kind of set up to take that first turn. Let's see how this goes here.
See how they use it. There's a lot of targets to hit on the field right now, and let's see what they use this for.
Is anybody else sweating, chat?
I'm like, who do you nuke? Yeah, that was the target I picked. Let's see how it plays.
Water Twins gone. This is exactly what we saw last time, and there's the boost. This is exactly what you laid out before this game, Hero.
Second nuke.
That's exactly what you said. You were like, you know, now your teammate. Now you got to worry about your teammate boosting it because they have all this. They have all this new realm of possibilities. Unfortunately, Apze's team has been reset by Simba as well.
And that, you know, Team Simba, they just took exactly what we were saying earlier. It's like if you're gonna push that first turn and you're just throwing your numbers on the board, they have that confidence where it's like we're gonna take. They took 2 units, 3 turns, 2 units. You're now on an uphill battle, even though my units might be a little less tanky, but I took away your priorities.
And it looks like they're playing around this Alaska really well. They're giving it a lot of caution because they are not taking the kill on Ciara because Alaska's passive says as soon as someone dies, she gets a turn immediately. So they don't want to feed her that turn. They'd rather take her out first, even though it's a little bit awkward.
They controlled the attack bar. Oh my! Oh, so close. That team 1% right there. Ooh, good game.
Team 1% and Team Simba gets 3 more points, putting them even further in the lead, Hero.
I love to see it. You know, Simba is on a win streak right now. I love to see it.
Wow, dude, that was really cool. We got to see a mix of a lot of different things. So we got to see a super aggressive comp from them, which is what we've come to expect, and it's always fun to see that happen in 2v2. But we also saw some really solid decision making, like good threat assessment. I really like the way they held back on killing the Velasca hero.
Yeah, and then, you know, that's to have a new unit to have to take that recognition and be ready for it's a huge thing too, because a lot of people they'll just attack something not paying attention that like, oh hey, I didn't know that did that, and then it offsets the whole battle. You know, even if they had made that decision there, I don't know how much it would have changed, but I still feel like they were in a very promising position.
Exactly. And it goes to show, even when you're playing a comp that's trying to go fast, it's important for you as the player to reintroduce that element of patience. Take your time, make sure you're reading the situation properly, you know, and don't kill something until you know the Velasca is either stunned or like out of the picture, you know?
Until you lock that thing down.
That's crazy. Okay, so we've got a little bit of post-match interview going on in Twitch. We've got Apze there saying Rip Killerin auto-picked his second 2 because the timer is shorter. No, dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry, bro.
Oh, no.
That's
you know,
rough.
I had anticipated that Apze was going to be ready for that speed. I figured he was cooking something to be ready for it, but, you know, it seems like they're going to take it to the next tournament. We'll see. Are they going to change it up, or do you think they'll really bring that back for a round 3?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, honestly, like,
hey, if you're on top,
keep it up. You know, it really is a little difficult to play around, you know, because it's like, you know, in an RTA, we've got Leo. You know, Leo can save us, but not here, dude. We're alone. Oh, I didn't even see. Not Killerin posted in chat actually towards the beginning of the game and said timed out. I'm so sorry, dude. I missed that message. It's great to have that context. Thank you guys for sharing that. And honestly, though, you guys got a good win earlier, you know, right? So you guys are on the board, and that's what matters, right? You guys are at 6. You're ahead. Team Simba pulling ahead to 9, though, furthering that lead.
So at this point, they are 100% in first place, no matter how the matches play out today. Correct?
Yes. Yeah. Big time. They are like they're pretty far. You get 3 points per win. So I don't know if I know people can tie. We'll have to see if folks can get ahead. Next up, looking forward to our next game here. It's Team Sarah DX, Sarah and Lazy Zeus versus Amodace and Mad Expert. Oh, and there's Sarah saying on purpose, for real.
So see you all next week. All right, Killerin, it was nice to see you. We'll catch you next week.
Catch you later, dude. Yeah, thank you. Always a pleasure to watch you play. And Not Killerin also in the Creator Clash, too. We've actually been seeing videos from Not Killerin on Wednesdays.
Lots of fun. How's that been going?
It's been great. It's been really fun watching all the content that people have submitted. There's so much heart in every single one. Like it's very sweet. Like at least one gives me chills every week, you know, just because they're all so sweet, dude.
I love it.
It is very cool. Last Wednesday, 2 days ago, it was a new user guide to something in Summoner's War, and then next we have 3 reasons to play Summoner's War coming up on Wednesday. So if you guys haven't watched the Creator Clash yet, definitely do that. It's every Wednesday leading
Plus
up
you
to
get to look at my guy Evan, like he's the best.
Stop.
Do we have some more?
Oh, here we go. We are already in the game, and Oliver's already picked. Consistently, Oliver is the first pick. I think he's one of those monsters that's actually technically even better in 2v2 hero, because, like, you know, he has more targets. You know, sometimes there's moments in RTA where everybody's already reset. You know, he can now reset more.
Ooh, Amodace with his maxi first pick. Strong first pick, as always.
Mm-hmm. So he's the speed lead, the speed lead side of play, right? You want to consolidate those.
And then we see the Sierra again. So Sierra's having a high pick rate at the moment. Like, I think she's been in every match, correct?
I think you're right. I think that is not wrong, dude. I think Sierra has been represented a lot. Same with Oliver. Oh, Stoic's in chat. Welcome back, Stoic.
Let's go Siats.
Siats.
Siats. He's forever Siats to me. I can't unflip his name in my brain.
It's like you're looking in it's like it's a mirror presented. Whoa. Amadeus bringing in the heat with the Sonya draft after that too. So now it's like, look at this, dude. So he can bring the speed leads, and then Mad Expert can bring the strip and the openings here, right?
Pretty much. And like, that's a fun thing about Laura in 2v2. If you have a teammate that can bring the speed leads for you, and then you can just kind of load up to just stack for your own Laura, it's like that's a fun game.
Yeah, I think
Speaking it from a Laura user.
The Guardians Club tournament this year is kind of pushing that 2v2 meta forward, you know, because we only get to play 2v2 every so often. So it's kind of like we have time to kind of forget what we learned and then, you know, relearn it once it's back. It's like, this is really cool getting to see like high level 2v2 play.
I like to see the Masha. I personally have not used Miles, but like Laura Miles is supposed to be like really, it can be pretty devastating.
Truly. Yeah,
so I think we know what Lazy Zeus's ban should be here.
Oh yeah, it's honestly, dude, like, well, you know what? I won't say anything just in case they're listening. But so far, I'm really liking the drafts from these players. Also, Sarah DX picking the Pontos as a secondary speed lead. That's awesome.
Having Pontos in your pocket, man, I wish. Put some respect on Stoic's name. I didn't pick it.
Oh my god, the Narsha to round out the drafts. Okay. So who are you banning in this situation here?
I mean, I know the Laura was banned. Like that Hagang, to me, I had to take out. As far as the top, I think I had the same bans on the top side as well.
I'm with you on the Hagang, actually, for sure. I know Ciara's real dangerous though, but it's like when your whole side is trying to strip, you know, it's like,
yeah, Hagang is just not fun to have to deal with. Oh, huge, like, is that 100 res Pontos?
That must be, because that does not happen
until like the last 2 hits.
That does not happen,
you know, and he didn't get stunned either.
Yeah,
like,
that was wild.
That is rare. So now you just kind of throw this over on that side. You keep working on the Pontos, right? You don't want to get cleansed by Hagang, so you just keep doing that.
It's either that or, I mean, did you take the Miles to the Juno? I'm afraid of what the Juno will do into this going late game, but the Maxi's still here, so never mind. I mean, Juno's afraid.
there's so much aggression on Team Amodace. You know, it's like really the only form of like damage on Team Sarah's side is the Mi Ying, which has got me a little bit scared for them, Hero.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. The Smosh is just start eating targets alive.
Yeah, look at this. You exactly. I didn't even have to say it. You rip the skill 3 regardless of targets.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Just let it go.
As long as there's no Velasca, you take it.
They got the cooldown, so that'll slow them down a little bit, but let's see.
Hey, say Shizo. Yes, it says, is that a Hiroshid cast?
Ooh, big fan. What's up, Say? How are you, brother? It's nice to see you.
Welcome, Say. What's going on? Hey, and PPHP. Oh my God, dude.
Yo,
the chat stacked today.
what's up, PPHP?
Glad to see you all too. This is great. This is awesome. Okay, so
Stoic's comment.
in the time that we've been seeing this as well, now Mi Ying is gone, and so Sarah's Oliver here is going to have to work double duty, try to pull this back for the team. It's a tall order, even for him, Hero.
Yeah, no, this Masha has pretty much open territory. I think the next turn it's a skill 2, and Oliver's in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is looking pretty tough, you know. I think looking back now with hindsight, you know, I really like, now that we have hindsight, obviously, I think that Hagang was less of a priority ban than we thought, clearly, right?
Yeah,
but I think
it just went right side. They said, we'll just avoid the Hagang as a whole and come back to him later.
Right. It's like you can just kind of localize your targeting to the other side, right? You know, it's not that Hagang isn't a threat. You still got to think about it. It's just that if you have the choice to go for the other side, you can just completely put him out of your mind.
Yeah, you can completely just ignore him and then wait for it to be the 3v6 as they're doing now. Look at Ammo getting happy, getting juiced, excited about this win. I love
Yeah, he's feeling it. And they should be, to be honest. Like, yeah, they're killing it with this. Oh man, that is tough. What I would like to see next time is just a little bit more damage options, like space out the damage a little bit, you know.
Space out the damage. They have all damage dealing units.
Oh, not for. I'm sorry. I meant to say more than just Mi Ying. More than Mi Ying for Sarah. I meant like for Sarah's team. You know, bring a Mi Ying, yeah, but also maybe bring something else on the other side.
There we go. Okay, now you go. Now.
No, bring a few more damage options, etc. Dude. Team Ammo, they got the win, they got the damage, they got 3 more points. Like, they did a great job. That was awesome. Really well played.
Congratulations. More points on the board.
Exactly. And there will be more opportunities for them too. You know, it's like that's not going to be the only time today. You know, we'll see more from Team Sarah DX later down the line. I believe they are our 7th game today, actually. So that was pretty cool. So what'd you think, Hero?
Oh man. I'm really happy for Team Ammo. I'm looking forward to. You said Sarah's gonna play again. Team Sarah's playing again. Team 7.
So that was match number 4, and match number 7 they'll be back.
Got it. So some people are playing twice today. Is there one team that's not?
Yes. So each week one team will get a
each week they get a bye.
They get a bye. That's right.
Okay, that makes sense. Now I can understand these scoreboards a little bit better.
There we go. Just as a reminder, guys. So we are through games 1 through 4. We still have 3 more matches to go through with 2v2 action today. I'm loving it, Hero. I know that it's more about the chat, but I'm personally really enjoying watching 2v2 on the competitive scene.
I mean, 2v2 it's fun. Like, you know, we don't get to see this content very often, and so when we do get it, like, I think we eat it up, and I hope to see more going forward because it really brings a completely different dynamic to the game itself.
Yeah, great name too. Says Amodace is him, dude.
He's him.
He's him.
I'm not dubbed today.
Honestly,
I liked the draft on that side of the field though. Like, even with how aggressive it looked, it was still a very defensive team at the same time, which is weird to say. Because like, you have the Vanessa that, you know, has the revive. Can protect himself with the invincibility. You have double life with the Beast Rider. So it's like they had to go through a lot and there was a lot of damage dealers, and that can even be almost like a psychological uphill battle when you're on the other side of that. When you're looking at that, you're like, man, they hit hard and they're kind of tanky.
Yeah, and they're hard to kill. They're hard to keep down.
Yeah.
You know, the Vanessa brings a lot of value, right? Ripping the Maximilian skill 3 on a single target, that was kind of a him move, to be honest. I agree that he is him, dude. Like, that was pretty sick. That was awesome. That was great. So yeah, chat, look forward to more action coming up here after those 4 games. That was great. And also the first code, chat, 2025 GC 2 versus 2. Get yourself 100,000 mana and 100 energy so you can keep farming and getting more of those event coins. I find that that's the thing that I'm running out of energy because I'm trying to get as many of those coins as possible. Make sure to redeem that. Go farm some stuff, guys. Do what you can. Also, make sure you're doing your dailies. There's never been a more important time to do your dailies, considering we got the Transcendent Scroll Peace event going on right now, too.
Oh my gosh, we were saying that is such an amazing event. Like, I can't believe they're giving so many Transcendent pieces away every day.
Yeah, me neither.
Every day.
It's a lot. Awesome. Yeah, guys. So make sure you're doing your dailies. Make sure to download that code. And also, so folks, we had our first 4 games. We still have 3 more coming up. Before we go to it, we're going to take a quick break, okay? So don't go anywhere except to maybe the kitchen to get some snacks and a drink or something like that, but be right back here in just a few minutes. We'll see you in a second. Bye, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to week 2 of the 2025 Guardians Club tournament. Hero, what have you thought of today's game so far, man?
Oh, man, we've had some really exciting matches. We've seen Sierra every match, so, you know, we wanted to see Sierra back. We got Sierra back. That's been exciting. Some just straight to the point matches, first turns. We've had some a little more drawn out, so it's been a very wide range across the board. I'm really excited to see what the second half has for us.
Yeah, truly. We've been through 4 games out of 7 today. 7 best of ones in the round robin portion of the Guardians Club tournament. This is all to determine who are the top 4 that are going to move on to the finals. Every win gets you 3 points. And the next matchup is Game 5. Team Amodace back again versus Bloom this time. And everybody who's here is also in chat. So I'd love to get like a post-match interview after this. Here's a look at the leaderboard too, guys. We got Team Simba in the lead at 9 points. We have a few folks who are tied for second. Team Amodace being one of them. Team Apze, Team Whycuz. Now this is a big opportunity for Team Bloom, who just got 3 points on the board earlier today too, Hero.
And this is for Team Amodace, this is a huge chance to get even, correct? So,
yeah,
you know, I think it's fight or flight for one team at this moment. And then for the other team, it's like, hey, I'm going for the top spot. So, you know, this could be a really intense match.
Yeah, it's true. They're both vying for something here. You know, Team Bloom either getting up to tie up with second place, or Team Ammo trying to get up and to have 9 points on the board with Team Simba. Let's see how this plays out. We've already got him in the pick ban phase. T-minus 3 seconds until Oliver pick? Question mark?
MD5 is on the move.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's on the move.
There's that Oliver. There's the Ashir. It's like we've done this song and dance before. Oliver is so important here because he's got the 33 lead, and of course he fits into like a variety of strategies.
It's hard not to, you know, 33% speed lead. It's so versatile. It's a staple point of most matches, so it's hard to not bring Oliver, especially into the 2v2. I feel like he's going to be in 95% of the games.
Yeah, I agree. You know, it's like we shouted out Ciara because people were saying that Ciara is not what she used to be, but Oliver has also he's been chosen in every single match right now. People rush to pick him. And looking at the setups here, Hero, not a lot of variation from the previous time that we saw Team Amodace. You know, it's like we're seeing the Wuzz back again. They're really trying to get that turn 1, try to put the aggression on early.
And then you have 2 hard units to beat first turn. But then, you know, on the other end with MD5, Ashir is one of those top tier speed units. You know, he contests that base speed just as much as Ethna and Wuzz do. So interesting to see what they'll do there.
And we also have another situation where it is beneficial to pick Tian Lang because there's a lot of attack bar gain for Oliver there. Oh, also, dude, Bloom is a little hesitant on that, though.
The water gojo.
The water gojo was picked a lot in Summit. A lot in Summit. Like, he has been... He was picked like crazy, instead going for Naruto's dad.
So funny because Minito.
yeah.
Cross anime reference. You got me with that one. That was good.
Dude, that's great. Yeah, they got the Minato present. Oh, Devaraja. Oh my god, now that's some fun. That's a fun source of damage. Who was it in chat? A while ago, somebody said that the Indras are their favorites in 2v2.
Yeah, and you don't get to see them played often, like really in any form of content. So it is fun when you get to see them hanging out.
Oh, it was Balefire says, I will say the Indras are a personal favorite of mine in 2v2. Fantastic crowd control with the fire and water Indras they cited specifically. But now we've got the dark one, even spicier. No lead from ND5. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that was thought out all the way completely, but we'll see if it still, works in their favor here.
Uh-oh, so there's Wunsa doing the suck. Taking the immunity away, inadvertently boosting Tian Lang.
No stuns out of the TL, so that could be a pretty game-changing outcome of events.
Well, okay, here we go. So now Oliver's popping, gets a little bit of bar, feeding some of it back to Tian Lang too, but he procs. Oh my god, he acts like he got full bar, Hero.
He's like, don't worry about it. I got this.
Yeah, I don't need bar to get turned.
Broke out that violent rune out of his pocket. It's all good, guys. Don't worry. I'm saving this for a rainy day.
Not a lot of results. So, threat state is one of those things that, like, Stoic and I talked about last week, actually. He made a really good point, because, when you see threat state, you think, oh, it's not that powerful. It's not as powerful in 2v2. Amazing stun, by the way, big damage.
Yeah, huge stun.
You think that it's not as powerful because you have an option to just attack the other team, but making sure that your opponents have to divide their attention is actually a huge advantage, because where you win in 2v2 is decided.
You can still pick the other side, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a double-edged sword there. That's pretty wild to think about it that way.
It is, yeah, because now you're forced to divide your attention one way or the other. So it's still good, and you're welcome, Ultra Death Lord. My pleasure.
Sierra did get the bomb out too. I can't believe it. We haven't seen her miss one.
Oh,
she either hasn't gotten the turn or she's landed the bomb. So no professional daughter today.
I did not think that Ashir had enough to get that kill. That was actually pretty impressive. He took out the Oliver just like that. That was pretty good.
That threat state's back up. No stun.
Oh man, and they took out the Minato early. That is a huge blow to the strategy here for Bloom. Specifically the longevity of the team.
Not to mention the stun on the Sierra, because she chose to not detonate, and now that's kind of costing her on the back end here, because she's now stunned. She can't put down a double bomb and then detonate. And then the Miles got to kill the Minato. Oh, hey.
Oh.
It worked back into the favor of Bloom here.
It's like she heard you.
You see
the
stress on Amodace's face. Instantaneous.
That hurts, man. That's a game-shifting play.
And just, of course, as you said, as I was saying, the punishment. She's like, scratch what you were saying there, brother. But that's the back end of that Oliver proc earlier.
You know how we thought we were gonna hear from Pat that something's your fault? We're definitely gonna hear from Bloom after this, dude. We're definitely gonna hear something.
She's like, just talk about my Sierra more, please.
Oh my god.
Oh. Is Miles? No, Miles won't get one more turn. Unless the sleep is landed.
And there's the confirmed kill, and with that, that's
and
probably
we still have
the
heals
team.
out.
Dude, I don't know, chat. I think Ciara might be looking more and more like whatever she used to be.
Goated.
I don't know who, I forget who said that. It's lost to time, but dude, she is so good.
It was Thor. I believe it was Thor that was talking about Ciara.
Says I stand by my previous statements. I don't know, dude. I'd reconsider.
You're a good man, Evan.
Oh, thank you, thank you, hero, and congrats, Team Bloom. Also denying Team Amodace the ability to move up to first place to tie with Team Simba. So that was, you know, serving double duty here. Now tied.
Double duty. Defense is sometimes offense is the best defense, Evan.
Yeah, that's a dang skippy, dude. Well done, Team Bloom. Bloom, when you eventually come back in chat, how are you guys feeling after that? How are you feeling after that win?
Why would I do this to Bloom? Well, I helped Bloom. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to do... No, that's right. Bloom is my nemesis. I forgot.
The proc was pure skill. What do you mean, dude? Honestly, man, that's why you put Ciara on violent. That's why you do it.
Man, what a match. That's Ciara. I mean, those procs were really detrimental. I can't believe they came out of the stun, too. That was a huge game. Landed all bombs as well. Has not missed a bomb.
Rare.
That's
Rare
crazy.
W for Ciara, by the way. Like, truly. Bloom says, what did he do? Hero was
She missed
just...
it.
It was the reverse caster curse, exactly, Elliot.
I help her out and she missed it. The one time I do her the solid, she missed it.
Because it was a little greedy leaving that bomb up. Or leaving it not detonated. But then it was rewarded by that nice proc from Ciara to win to go in there. That was real good.
Maximum skill.
Excellent. Well played. That's what you want to see. You only have one round. It's best of one during the round robin section, so you got to make stuff like that happen. We have a lot of folks at 6 points right now. Now, Team Stoic still has yet to get any points on the board, and they're up next in our game 6.
Okay, so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How did Stoic compete and cast?
That's a great question. He left to go
For those
talk
that
with
missed last
Xiaomi.
week.
He left to talk with Xiaomi. And so
Okay.
I solo casted their game.
Got it. I was like, I've been wondering this because we haven't seen him play today. So I was like, he must have had his one game last week, but it's sounding like he played both last week as well.
But now, you know, now we don't have to do that. Now you can stick around and cast it with me.
Nice. So he's partnered with Xiaomi.
And he's up against Team Whycuz again. Whycuzimag and Alucard.
I feel like that's a hard match for Stoic, especially with Whycuz, like old guild mates type deal here.
Yes, true. Bloom says morale is high. Good, it should be. You guys have gotten some good wins today. That's awesome. And Balefire says, Ciara is a fantastic carry should she stay alive. So I guess the Minato did the job of making sure the other units stayed alive. True. Honestly, word.
Elliot,
dude.
Let's go Stoic.
Team Stoic coming up next, up against Team Pat, Team Whycuzimag.
Oh, that corgi. So cute.
And so the other thing, last time, what I heard from Stoic is they didn't have a lot of time to prep going into this. So I'm wondering what changes they made going forward.
Well, let's hope they put some focus into some prep. And let's hope that it pays off for him because we really need him to put some points on the board today.
Oh my goodness. Alucard picking a Zeratu first instead of an Oliver. That's the first time that we've seen that all day, I think.
They're like, we're going straight to the Zeratu.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I don't think Xiaomi or Stoic have Zeratu.
Yeah, we'd have to confirm. We'd have to confirm with what Xiaomi's got. I forget if.
Yeah, I don't remember if Xiaomi has one or not.
Oh, and the Water Ezio is another real good starter.
Any
I know that's
Xiaomi fans in the chat, can they confirm or deny?
That's something that they highlighted as a cool unit for that. And he also has Threat State too, so that's a unit that has a bunch of has a toolbox for a kit.
Yes, I do 100% agree. It's funny, I tried to use him a few seasons back. I just couldn't make the timing work that well. but I felt like it had a lot of promise.
He's kind of a difficult monster to rune out.
Dude, I feel everyone has a Laura now.
I'm seeing a lot of it.
Yeah.
We've seen a suspicious amount of Lauras today.
Like, how does everybody have Laura now?
Oh, I'm so glad the Ileana's back. That's so fun, dude. Like that,
Oh,
we didn't really
man.
get to see it work last time.
And I think that's so unique, dude. I have a lot of respect for that monster.
Leave it to Stoic, man. He always brings those really fun, like 4-star units to the 5-star unit fight and makes it work. He's like a champ at that.
Oh, uh-oh. That looked like an auto pick.
A little bit of a hesitation there at the end. Either that or he's lagging out.
If we're being honest, it's actually not that bad of a choice. Like, truly, it's actually not that bad. But like, that did look like an auto pick from running out of time. Yeah, he said it timed out, didn't even show the time, and it auto picked. We had a feeling. He says we did. Pat, I don't know, dude. Frankly, there's worse units that could have been auto picked. Truly. Oh man, and Xiaomi with the powerful Mi Ying at the end, and the Pater making a return. That's a cool unit for 2v2.
Man, Pater's always, he's like fun to play, hard to play against.
Very true. You know, and he's got cleanse and immunity on a dark unit. That's great. Whoa, the Velasca. Oh my god, dude, I missed that being picked.
Huge ban, so the Oliver. He came later in the pick phase, but of course still made it, got banned. They took the Vanessa. No Gianna. Sometimes I'm having a hard time telling between the Giannas and the Yennifers.
Oh man. And I'm glad that the Fire Megami came back again with a 28% speed lead. That was great.
Whycuz says Ragdoll is terrible, but you're up against a Laura. The Laura's gonna hit AoE. Watch this, Pat.
Yeah,
I'm believing.
Letting out a huge laugh right now, brother.
I'm believing. Check this out. Well, Laura goes on the other side. Now that's there actually. See, look, that's the fear talking. That's fear that made her attack the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, boost on the Zeratu. This is all coming together. Like, I'm seeing the plan in action here. Elliot Lake says, I don't even know what half these monsters do. That's the fun.
There's so many of them.
That's the fun. Okay.
All right.
Going for so they're splitting damage right now.
I think they're splitting damage a little here.
Yeah, there might be something. Oh wait, no. Now they switch Destiny on Laura for the kill. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. This is big brain. This is big brain, dude. I was like, wait a minute.
Whycuz is trolling, chat.
God, dude,
Whycuz is
auto pick.
trolling.
We're doomed. Ragdoll is terrible. Take that all back, Pat.
He tricked us all. He tricked us into thinking it was an auto pick.
Take that. Yeah, dude. That was all. This was all fake. That's what that was. He was trying to make you think it was an auto pick, but it's exactly
rehearsed.
Dude, yeah. Scripted auto pick from Pat. That's crazy. Oh my god! Wow. I don't know if it. If it is, it probably was just an auto pick. I mean, Pat even said so himself. What I will say, credit to the user there, and that was some great improv, turning a potentially bad situation into a good one. That was really good.
Yeah, that takes a lot of skill to know your monsters. You know, off bat that well to be able to alter off the decisions that you didn't exactly pick.
Yeah.
Well played. Very well.
Very
played.
cool. And saw those 2 dots and was like, you know what? That's an opportunity. He technically didn't even need to kill it. He just needed to hit it once, and then the dots could have like taken the rest. That was real cool. All right, Zeratu trying to do the same thing, trying to make it a massacre. Mi Ying claps back, but not a lot can come of it since Zeratu's got immunity.
These light angels. These light angel soft twins, made a pretty good appearance today, and they're across the board. They put out some damage. They have a lot of utility.
Nobody's out yet, but they got to take down that Zeratu stat. It's like, this is tough because all the damage is gone, dude.
And I feel the longer this game goes, the more scary. I mean, on both sides. I mean, like, even right now, Xiaomi's scary too with that Zeratu just staying up. But, like, as the game gets longer, Whycuz's board gets stronger.
Wild blow, huge hit. Yanhong's almost in the grave. Can put her down. That's great. The water
damage.
Sends her in. So now it's just a matter of taking down that Taratu, so that way the immunity and invincibility from Eliana doesn't get stripped away.
Genie, just auto pick versus Stoic. So cold, so cold.
That is cold.
That is very cold, dude.
Uh-oh. They're dropping like flies, Hero.
We still have Iliana on. She's on that side. Stoic has this, I believe.
All eyes are on Stoic right now. Can he do
this?
Can he weather the storm?
5v3.
He said it himself, dude. He is the thickest of boys. Mr. Built to Receive himself, as he calls it. He can do it. What do you boost up the payday? Yeah, there you go. Had me considering too. It's like it was just a little bit of bar, but you got to do what you can. That thing hits hard, Hero. Look at that. That thing hits like half health.
That did some damage.
Chat, are you a believer? This is my nightmare.
Zeratul. Alucard Zeratul has just been up for so long.
Wait. Okay, this is the defense break. This is pretty bad, actually. If Megami goes down, this is honestly pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, Velasca. First Velasca move of the entire tournament series.
Yeah.
That was amazing. What is it? Stoic's holding up a message.
I know, he had a note. He had a note.
Team Whycuz gets 3 more points. Congratulations to Team Whycuz. And great show from Team Stoic, too. Actually, Team Stoic is going up against Team Sarah next after this, so we're going to see more from them in just a second, too. That was tough, man. What'd you think, Hero? What would you have liked to see them draft instead that might have gotten them that win?
What to see to draft instead? I can't say what I'd like to see instead.
Sure you can.
We didn't get to see the Iliana shine, I'll say that.
Dude, okay, Iliana's getting so much hate, dude. Like, why did Iliana pick?
The problem is like, she's a very stagnant unit after she gives the invincibility, so it's hard to compensate for that. I've played a lot with this unit because I want her to be viable.
Part of the draft, bro.
She's so cool. She's such a cool unit, but like, she's so hard to use.
True. Stoic. Oh,
we
no,
suck again.
Honestly, it was pretty admirable how well you stayed a wall up against that team. You held off those 2 teams for a long time. It's just Velasca does so much raw damage on that skill too. You know, it's really hard to win against that. We're seeing the highlights from that game right now. There was just so many high priority targets and not enough damage to get through it.
Yeah, and that the play early, and it worked so well in Whycuz's favor, to where they got that early Laura snipe.
Oh man, they showed it. That dude, they got the instant replay on that. Instant replay on that move. So many folks now sitting at 6 points. Look at that, but Team Whycuz jumps up to join Team Simba at 9.
Let's go. What a scoreboard, you know. Doesn't seem like it's too uneven. Everything seems like it's been fair game, and it's still almost anyone's match.
And the games have been flying by for 2v2. Like the folks in this tournament are bringing so much aggression that like it's going fast. You know, normally 2v2 takes a long time to play, but it's like today we're seeing the speed.
I would love to see Stoic. You are right, Zexus. We got to get Stoic some points on the board, brother. Get it together.
Yes. Hey, I sent a word of support to Stoic, exactly. And then Salty H2O says Stoic is the biggest troll. He doesn't use his good LDs. And Stoic says, what LDs? I'm just turn 2.
You got use the Omi's turn 1 with your turn 2, brother. You got this.
It's time. Elliot, like, it's time for the rag, Stoic. Arta rag, baby. Arta rag in 2v2.
Arta rag. Oh man.
Incoming, they're not as good in 2v2. That's coming up.
Remember what we were saying about paragraph monsters? Artemil is no longer a paragraph monster, Evan.
He's not. You're right.
He's not a paragraph monster.
He says, if you crit, I attack. That's not a paragraph.
That's pretty much it.
If you crit, I attack. Ragdoll says if
no,
you crit, I
it's
get bar.
not.
If you crit, I get bar. Not a paragraph. Okay, so we're getting a matchup here. Team Sarah versus Team Stoic. This is going to be a good one. Let's see who can get some points on this.
With the chat. Stoic. Sometimes
Leave
you
that-
have to
oh,
listen
God,
to the crowd. Sometimes.
Chat's a hater on that Ileana. I love it. I love what it's trying to be, but you know what? Let's see if he brings it again, or if it's going to be left on the bench.
Hey, first pick Sierra. I feel like we should be cheering every time we see Sierra. Just, hey!
Yeah, we've definitely all united together for Ciara. All right, guys. It looks like there's a pause on the game. Might have had someone DC by accident, potentially. We'll get that right back. So, with this in mind, we've seen both these teams play today, Hero. What are you expecting from this game? Do you have it? Are you anticipating a win in either direction?
You know, this draft is really going to tell us everything about this. What's about to come. You know, really, both teams had something strong to bring. I just don't feel like it was capitalized. I felt like there was just one missing element to what their team comp needed, and I'm not sure what that was, because you know it's hard to evaluate when you only get to see one match.
Imagine having good runes like Zex. That comes from Bloom in chat.
See, now these are the picks that I more expected from Xiaomi. Because I've seen his box, I've seen the way he plays before, so I expected something a little more powerhouse, and this is looking more into his wheelhouse.
Yeah, dude, I made the mistake of reading chat while those were getting picked. Holy, what the?
Yeah, I see.
A Zerath suddenly in play here.
So to answer your question, Evan, we need to see Xiaomi play the way I know Xiaomi plays, and I think they'll have a little bit more of a better outcome here. And it seems like Stoic's going a little bit more with his wheelhouse. You know, what they were doing before was fun. It was exciting.
He's looking at chat right now. He's like, what are they saying? Oh my god, that's so funny, dude. Honestly, it's not that bad here. It's not that bad. That was funny. Chat, that was just for us. Stoic picked that Arda for us, dude. Oh my god, what? Where was this?
Look at the powerhouse units. Like, Xiaomi has a lot. He has a wheelhouse. He went full LD.
Xiaomi, oh no. Uh-oh. It looks like auto picks. But dude, again,
no.
I'm into it. I don't know. I like it. Admittedly, the Lucifer's a little bit weird here, but the rest of it I'm kind of into. And the P-Sama.
So Stoic's definitely providing the support to Xiaomi here. He gave him both of his speed leads, and then also has the Shizuka on his side. So let's see if Xiaomi can capitalize. Hopefully the Oberon, can take out something early.
Hero, chat is killing me right now, dude. Genie just writes in, "Where's the Ileana?"
No.
You can't please everybody.
Which is funny because Genie was like, tell him to stop bringing that.
Yeah. Okay, so
band's just autoed
off. Oh, the band's autoed. Uh-oh. Let's see if this carries through. It sounds like it might be a little scuffed from the side of Team Stoic here. But let's see what happens. Simba says Stoic is gonna hard carry anyway. Watch this, guys. Watch the Arda. Put your eyes on that Arda. Oh my god. With the last, this was intended. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, what?
Wait a minute. Oh my god, dude. The 1% hero. Oh my god, dude. This might actually be your fault. This might be your fault. It might actually be on you, dog.
I'm speechless. I can't believe that. That is so far past 1 HP. It's like a decibel of HP left.
Yeah, it's behind the level, dude. I can't even see.
Nice. How unfortunate that is.
Oh no.
Then it makes me question how much HP does that cracker have.
And see, so it sounds like maybe the bans were unintended from Stoic side, so that attack buff and that immunity, I assume, would have been gone, because it's a lot to give to a Narsha in the beginning. I'm speechless, dude.
Yeah, I mean it. And then to get, not be able to ban as well. I'm not sure how this equates.
Wait a minute, chat. Arda's still in play. We've got. Turn this around. No, that's. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't see his paragraph, bro. I'm still waiting on that paragraph Arda meal.
Wait until they add a few more lines on that. It'll be good.
I feel all of his siblings have paragraphs now.
It's true. And look at this. We're back to just Team Stoic. Oh, wait. Look at that. He brought it back.
AoE stun.
Boom. Big damage. Oh, my God. It almost killed Etna.
Dude, 1% again?
Take the yield. Yes, dude. Yes, exactly. Even though the bomb ignores defense, I think you need the HP to tank it.
Absolutely.
The crit on there. It's going to secure the kill on the Viva. They're underestimating the Artamail.
Evan. Why are you pumping the people up for this Arda?
Look at this. Look at this, chat. Watch this. Watch what we asked for. This is exactly what we wanted. Boom.
Oh,
all right. Well,
and
Sarah DX
that's usually my experience.
takes the win. That's another 3 points on the board. Oh my God. Well, chat asked for it, Hero.
Sorry, Team Stoic. We'll go back to the drawing board and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
And Salty H2O says, to be fair, that Oberon is not pure damage. It's tanky. Okay. Well, good. Well, that's great to have that context in there. And I actually really liked what they were going for too, but unfortunately, I think that Oberon, like losing that to just about 1% HP, that was kind of the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and it happened so early in the match too. It's like, how do you you didn't have to use extra turns to finish right there. Oh my gosh.
We got to see it. We got to see it in the replay.
I just about fell out of my chair. So I was like, okay, they might make this work for them. And then that was just a huge, like, nah, we thought.
Yeah, very true. Very true. What's up, Noah? First time in chat. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Guardians Club tournament for 2025. This is week 2 here. That was the last game of the day. That's crazy, dude. What a way to end it. Poor Team Stoic. I think, might be, I don't know what it is, dude. Maybe this was because it was kind of some showmanship for chat.
Well, it was a little bit unfortunate. I guess the only did DC.
It was like, yeah, some auto picks potentially in play. Here's the updated leaderboard here. So we got everybody else moving up to 6 points here. We still got Team J-Mack and Stoic tied for it's just third. It looks like a lot, but it's actually they're in third place, tied for third place. We got a 4-way tie for second, and then we got Team Simba and Whycuzimag up at 9 points, leading the charge.
Still being anybody's, game. It seems like everybody's been able to beat somebody at some point, aside from, our 2 teams with zeros, but that is, it's not over for them yet. They can still come back to the drawing board and win every match going forward. And, that's always a good feeling to come back from the losers bracket.
And that might be exactly what we see here. They got a lot of time to think about it, because I think we got 2 weeks in between before the next iteration here. I think May 30th being the next round of the Guardians Club tournament. But you don't need to wait for another code, because it's right here. Ready for summer. GC. 2 mystical scrolls on us, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. summon those. Hopefully they contribute to that rebate event that's going on right now. Maybe you get something cool. I hope you guys have enjoyed the tournament thus far. I know I have, Hero.
Oh man, it's been such a great tournament. These matches have been really fun. I mean, even the last few matches were fun, right? And turnarounds happen. So excited to see what the next setup will be. Being a contender of one of these Guardians Club tournaments, you know, it gets pretty intense. There's a lot that goes behind it, and I'm just happy that everybody's been able to have some fun and, you know, enjoy their time doing this.
I agree. Oh my God. And I love that we have so many participants here in chat with us too. We got Zek saying, I can't wait to fight Sarah in 2 weeks. Sarah saying, I can wait. That's awesome.
The perfect response.
Oh my God. You guys, this has been such a great day. Hero, I've had so much fun casting with you, man. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Chat, you guys. Thank you all for being here. We love you, Evan. Thank you, COM2US and the team. We appreciate everything you guys do for us.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time for more of the Guardians Club Tournament in 2025. Bye, everyone.